There's a moment in almost every new job that doesn't get talked about enough. It usually happens sometime in the first week. A new hire is standing on a warehouse floor, walking onto a construction site, sitting at a desk, or climbing into a truck for the first time, and they're quietly asking themselves a question. Did I make the right choice coming here?
That moment shows up fast. Sometimes it's day 1, sometimes it's day 3, and it doesn't always have anything to do with pay. It's about clarity. It's about how the day actually unfolds. Are they welcomed? Do they know what's expected? Do they feel like someone is paying attention to whether they succeed?
Today, we're talking about the first 30 days on the job. Because across the industries we serve, those first 30 days often determine whether a new hire sticks or starts planning their exit.
Employers spend a lot of time recruiting, posting jobs, interviewing, coordinating start dates. But the real test starts after the hire. Once someone shows up, that's when retention actually begins.
And from the worker's perspective, those early days are about orientation, but they're also about observation. They're watching how supervisors communicate. They're noticing whether instructions match reality. They're figuring out how people treat each other. Those details shape their decision to stay.
Let's talk about why the first 30 days matter so much. When someone starts a new job, everything is new. The pace, the environment, the expectations, even simple things like where to park or who to ask for help. When those details are clear, stress drops. When they're unclear, stress builds.
In light industrial and warehouse roles, we see this constantly. A new hire might start on a picking line or packing station. They're learning speed and accuracy. They're learning safety procedures. They're learning where supplies are kept. If someone checks in regularly, they settle in quickly. If they're left guessing, confidence drops.
And confidence is key. A confident new hire becomes productive faster. An uncertain new hire hesitates. They second-guess themselves. They worry about making mistakes. That slows everything down.
In skilled trades, the first 30 days are about trust. A new welder or technician wants to understand how the site operates. They want to know how seriously safety is taken. They want to know whether supervisors communicate clearly. If they see structure and consistency, they relax. If they see confusion, they start evaluating other options.
Construction environments highlight this even more. Job sites move fast. Schedules shift. Crews rely on each other. A new hire needs to know where they fit. They need clear direction. When they get it, they integrate quickly. When they don't, they feel like outsiders.
Manufacturing has its own version. Production lines run on timing and coordination. A new hire is learning processes, quality checks, and equipment. If training is structured, they build confidence. If instructions change constantly, they feel uncertain.
Transportation and trucking bring a different dynamic. Drivers want clarity on routes, equipment, and schedules. They want to know who to call if something changes. They want to know what a typical week looks like. When that information is consistent, trust builds.
Office and clerical roles are similar in a different way. A new administrative coordinator or customer service rep is learning systems and communication styles. They're learning who handles what. When onboarding is organized, they get comfortable faster. When it's scattered, they feel like they're always catching up.
So what makes the first 30 days successful? Let's start with clarity. New hires need to know what success looks like, not just eventually, but right now. What does a good first week look like? What should they be able to do by week 2? What should they ask if they're unsure?
Another key factor is consistent communication. Check-ins matter. They don't have to be long. A quick conversation at the start or end of a shift helps. It shows the new hire that someone is paying attention.
Consistency in instruction matters too. When different supervisors give different directions, new hires get confused. When processes are consistent, they settle in faster.
Let's talk about common early challenges. One is information overload. Day 1 often includes a lot of details: safety training, paperwork, schedules. It's easy for new hires to feel overwhelmed. Breaking information into steps helps them absorb it.
Another challenge is feeling invisible. If no one checks in after orientation, new hires may assume they're on their own. Even confident workers benefit from early support.
There's also the challenge of mismatched expectations. If the job feels different from what was described, trust drops. That's why accurate job previews matter during hiring.
From the employer side, small adjustments can make a big difference. Assigning a point of contact, scheduling short check-ins, confirming expectations daily during the first week. These actions build stability.
Feedback is another important piece. Early feedback helps new hires adjust. It shows them what they're doing well and what to improve. Waiting too long to provide feedback leaves them guessing.
Let's talk about momentum. When the first week goes well, momentum builds. The new hire feels capable. They start forming routines. They start connecting with coworkers. By week 2 or 3, they begin to feel like part of the team.
When the first week is confusing, momentum stalls. The new hire spends more time trying to figure things out than actually learning. That's when turnover risk increases.
Across all industries, the first 30 days shape long-term outcomes. Employers who invest attention during this period often see stronger retention. Workers who receive clear support often stay longer and perform better.
Next, we'll offer practical steps for employers. First, confirm expectations clearly. Second, assign a mentor or point of contact. Third, schedule brief check-ins. Fourth, provide early feedback. Fifth, keep communication consistent.
For job seekers, focus on learning and communication. Ask questions respectfully. Pay attention to processes. Build relationships. The more engaged you are early on, the faster you settle in.
One thing we've learned over time is that retention doesn't start at month 6. It starts on day 1. The tone set in the first 30 days often determines what happens next.
And when those first 30 days are structured and supportive, everyone benefits. Workers feel confident. Employers build stability. Teams grow stronger.
So whether you're hiring or starting a new role, remember that early experiences matter. They shape decisions. They build trust. And they create the foundation for long-term success.
Thanks for joining us for this conversation about what actually makes new hires stick in the first 30 days.
We'll be back soon with more practical discussions about hiring, workforce trends, and building strong teams.
Until next time, take care and keep building momentum wherever you're working.